Force will be with you, always.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a while. Welcome to Dylan Talks Movies. I am your film guy, film enthusiast, filmologist, and overall cool person, Dylan here. For those who are new, welcome. For those who are returning, welcome back. It's been a while. I mean, a few weeks ago, I just posted One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Taxi Driver film reviews, which I filmed back in August of 2021. It's currently March 2022, so sorry it's been a while. It's been hectic. I had fall semester at school. Had a busy winter break, and then I had spring semester. Currently in that now. And this is just I'm in my spring break now, and hopefully I just get back to giving you guys film reviews, going to be doing much more and stuff. Personally, I'm good. For those who are wondering, I'm sorry it's been a while, but I'm back here, and, I'm going to do my best to post weekly, try to do a new film review every Wednesday. See how busy I am, but, I'm glad to be back and stuff. Things are different. You see, I got a little windscreen cover here for my mic, so it looks pretty cool. Got that a long time ago. But yeah, glad to be back. And of course, social media is booming. I posted on YouTube. You guys can check it out. I posted my top 20 favorite, 20-ish technically. Like, if you count like franchises and trilogies as one and stuff, and different composers, 20-ish film scores of all time. You can check that in my channel. Also, I did a video on the evolution of cinematography with like my favorite film shots for a course of 60 years from 62 to today. And I posted it on Twitter, and I posted it on Reddit, and of course Instagram and stuff, and it got a lot of views. It went up like I got more reviews on a YouTube video. I have almost 900 views. It's pretty crazy. But if you want to check out the video, go check it out. And people have been commenting, said it's really cool. Like, you missed some films and stuff that have good cinematography. And I said, I agree. Maybe I'll make a part 2. I mean, we'll see. And also on my Instagram, I'm still posting cinema composers, where I post film scores done by specific composers, like 10 or 5 of them, and like my favorites, like how beautiful their soundtrack is, and the instrumental music of film. I still have those to post and stuff. I just posted Louis Gurasson, who did Mandalorian, Black Panther, Creed, Tenet, great composer. So I have that, and I'll continue with my film reviews. Keep posting my my top 200. Well, in this case, 200, because not really ranked, listed. And I did leave out a lot of films. Like, there's definitely films I want to do reviews on. So I'm thinking of doing special short film reviews of those special films, not in my top 200. But I'll get back to you guys on that. I'll let you know more info once I have that fully planned out. But yeah, we are here with a new film, new film review video, because today I'm going to be reviewing a very special film, arguably one of the greatest in cinematic history, cultural phenomenon, highest grossing movie at the time of its release, developed sequels, franchises, sagas, shows, books, video games, Comic-Cons, fandoms, everything. And that film, my friends, is the 1977 sci-fi fantasy space opera, one of the greatest important films in cinema history, Star Wars. Specifically, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Back in the 70s, it was just called Star Wars until Empire came out, called Episode 5. People were confused, like, what? Because George Lucas, who directed it, who was known for the films at the time of THX 1138 and American Graffiti, both great movies. So Star Wars, let's get into it. So one of the most important films to have come out. And I was saying was that in the early 80s, when they re-released Star Wars, this one, they retitled it Episode 4 New Hope, because Lucas talked about in the 70s that film about doing the whole saga, like we're going to be 4, 5, 6, we're going to do the prequels 1, 2, 3, and then we're doing ones after that of 7, 8, 9. Like, this stuff was plain, not fully, not detailed, because there's a lot of controversial, toxic fandom used to be about the prequels. Now the prequels get more love, thank God. And then now it's about the sequels and Disney and takeover in the early 2010s and all that. I'm not going to get into all that. We're just going to talk about the original, the classic, the one that started it all. All right, so let's get into it. So Star Wars, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's literally how the film starts. And then boom, cue John Williams fanfare. John Williams, one of my favorite film composers of all time, one of the greatest film composers of all time. Oscar winner, Oscar nominated, done so many iconic film scores. Star Wars has to be like the best of the best, like so recognizable. Even like each Star Wars movie, which John Williams, like each Skywalker Star Wars movie, John Williams did, like there's always an iconic score in each of those films, like it could be the opening title fanfare for A New Hope, Imperial March or Yoda's theme, or Astro Field Chase for Empire, the Luke and Leia or Emperor theme for Return of the Jedi, Duel of the Fates for Phantom Menace, the Across the Stars theme for Attack of the Clones, or the Battle of the Heroes for episode 3 for Revenge of the Sith. Like each film is just such an iconic piece of music, original music that John Williams did, and so great. But we are here to talk about the original. So I have Empire, Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, movies like that are in my, not every Star Wars movie is in my top 200, but I will get around to reviewing every Star Wars movie I can eventually. We'll cross that bridge once we get to it. But let's talk about the original. So 1977, May 25th, 1977, the 45th anniversary is coming out soon, which will be the Disney Plus show Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ian McGregor is coming back. I'm so excited for that. Can't wait, as I love The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. We got much more Star Wars to come. But let's talk about original, all right? That's like the 5th time I say it. So Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. I just call it Star Wars A New Hope, just so it could be chronological, and so no one would be confused with the episodes, like episode 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 79, whatever. So Star Wars, pretty basic story, a farm boy, Luke Skywalker, lives with his aunt and uncle in the desert dune planet of Tatooine, and he gets these droids, a R2 unit and a protocol droid, the most iconic Star Wars robotic droid characters, R2-D2 and C-3PO, played by Kenny Baker, R.I.P., and Anthony Daniels, respectively. And Luke Skywalker is played by the brilliant Mark Hamill, the GOAT. And so we find out that they were sent to find a so-called Jedi Knight who went into hiding a long time ago, called Obi-Wan Kenobi, to help the rebels. The rebels are the good guys, and the Empire are the bad guys. Depending on what your view or opinion is, it could be either, but basically the rebels are the good guys and Empire's bad guys. That's how everyone puts it. That's how I put it. So he finds out that Princess Leia Organa has been captured by the Empire, by the ruthless Sith Imperial Lord Darth Vader. And they need Obi-Wan Kenobi to come rescue him. So Luke discovers it, is interested in it, and they go find Obi-Wan Kenobi, who goes by Old Ben now. I mean, Old Ben. And, you know, we got one of the greatest actors ever, Alec Guinness, perfect casting as the OG Obi-Wan Kenobi. Everyone's familiar with Ian McGregor. Like, we love him. We love Ewan, but we gotta give credit to the OG, Alec Guinness, you know, star of Lawrence of Arabia, films like that. So, finds out that, Luke's father, Anakin, was a Jedi Knight like Obi-Wan. They were best friends. He was a great star pilot, and this Lord, Darth Vader, who we saw before, turned to evil, destroyed all the Jedi Knights back then, after the Clone Wars during Order 66. That Order 66 will be a popular term until Revenge of the Sith, but as a current Star Wars fan and the original canon, as of now, that's basically what happened. But in the original, that's not what they called it. It just said that it destroyed all the Jedi Knights and Darth Vader killed Anakin. Basically, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna give it away. I mean, this is a spoiler-filled video, but once things come into light in certain movies, we will get there. So they go. So Obi-Wan gives Luke Anakin's lightsaber, as he, quote, is the weapon of a Jedi Knight, an elegant weapon. What's he say? He says, it's an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. They're basically like laser swords. Fun fact, the original George Lucas was originally called laser swords. Actually, it's going to be more complicated. Like in the original, like Ralph McQuarrie concept arts in the 70s, the Empires were all, and the Stormtroopers were all going to have lightsabers. And they're originally called laser swords. Like George Lucas called them laser swords, but Alec Guinness it's not really factually confirmed, but many sources say that Alec Guinness was the one who coined the term lightsaber. Fun little fact, and I think that's pretty cool. Lightsaber is such a clean, better name than laser sword, in my opinion. So he gives them his father's lightsaber. It teaches him the ways of the Force. Is what gives the Jedi its power. It's an energy field surrounded by all living things. It surrounds us. It penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together. Quote from the movie. And so they decide to go rescue Princess Leia, and they go to Mos Eisley Spaceport. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. That was my Obi-Wan Kenobi impression. And they go to the cantina to find transportation, and they run in to Han Solo and Chewbacca, one of the coolest characters in the movie. Han Solo, played by the brilliant, very not well known at the time, Harrison Ford, who was previously in George Lucas's previous film, American Graffiti, with Richard Dreyfuss and Ronnie Howard, which is also a great movie. So Han Solo pilots the ship, the Millennium Falcon. It's a Starflight cruiser ship that, as he says, quote unquote, made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. The way he says. We didn't know what that meant at the time, but with the Solo Star Wars story film, which is very underrated in my opinion, we know what that means. So him and Chewbacca is a Wookiee. Chewie is what Han calls him. And, Han Solo is a smuggler. Basically, he owes money to his boss, Jabba the Hutt. And he gets transportation to go to Alderaan, which is Princess Leia's home planet. So they go do that. And so in the meantime, the Empire, ruthless force in the galaxy, they have a giant spherical shaped space station called the Death Star, which can basically destroy planets. And then we got one of the Imperial generals, high in command, Grand Moff Tarkin, played by Peter Cushing. Yes, that Peter Cushing, who torture Princess Leia to find out where the rebel base is. She lies about saying it's on planet Dantooine with a D. And then they're like, know what, F you, we're gonna blow up your home planet anyway. And they do. This is a PG movie at the time, and they blow up an entire planet full of innocent civilians. And even Obi-Wan sensed it in the Force. Like he says, million voices cried out in terror and then suddenly silence. Like, that's some dark shit, man. And of course, you know, and of course, Darth Vader, one of the greatest iconic movie villains of all time, played by, physically, by David Prowse, voiced by James Earl Jones. You gotta give the actors to both credits because they're two different people, and they both made Darth Vader iconic. All right, James Earl Jones to go. David Prowse, he was a tall, heavy lifting, heavy lifter, and David Prowse was in Clockwork Orange. Fun fact: he played Frank's bodyguard when Alex has nowhere to go. So I think that's a cool trivia. Went from Kubrick to Lucas. I mean, like, two big names at the time. Like, wow. So they find out Alderaan's been destroyed. So R2-D2, C-3PO, Luke, Obi-Wan, Han, and Chewie go to the Death Star, which they thought was a moon, but it's a space station. So they sneak on there, go in disguise. They go their separate ways, Obi-Wan and the gang, and then the gang finds out Leia is there, so they go try to rescue her. And Han's like, why should I? And then Luke's like, she's rich. I was like, rich? And then so they do that. You know, Han and Luke dress up as stormtroopers, take Chewie. Obi-Wan is turning down the tractor beam. Hear my dog barking downstairs. And so they go, there's this big sequence in the Death Star. It's really cool set, by the way. Like, this movie it had a big budget, but not a big budget, you know. And it's very great. The music, the style, the cinematography, the lore of it all. It's just so fascinating for a movie. Like, thinking like, oh, this is gonna be like the next Star Trek or next Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers, but no, this did something new. It did something original. It did something amazing, and that's why it's one of the best. Long story short, they rescue Leia. They try to get out. Obi-Wan and Darth Vader face off again in a really cool lightsaber duel, which what's the word? It began the insane run of lightsaber duels we'll see for the rest of the saga in movies and shows specifically. So, Luke and Vader, Obi-Wan and Vader fight, and Obi-Wan kind of dies, sacrifices himself, disappears out of thin air with his robe and lightsaber there. Luke is saddened, and then Obi-Wan kind of like communicates him throughout the rest of the film, as a spirit through the Force. So now it's Luke, Han, Leia, Chewie, 3PO, and R2. They get out of the Death Star, have a cool TIE fighters, those are little ships, twin ion engine fighters, which the Imperials have, the Empire. And so it is cool battle, the most important thing, R2 unit, this is the most important thing, which makes the whole movie go, how can I forget this? R2 has secret plans on how to destroy the Death Star. And Leia, in the opening scene, one of those kind of opening scenes, the rebels are being attacked by the Empire. Leia hides the plans inside the R2 unit to go send a message to Obi-Wan and R2. And while Leia's captured, R2 and 3PO escape in a pod, almost get shot down. I mean, that's a crazy butterfly effect there. They go to Tatooine, and that's how they end up in Luke's care. And the Empire is just trying to hunt them down, the droids with the plans. And so he gets those plans to the rebels, and shows that there is a thermal exhaust port in the Death Star that if you shut it down very precisely, it can activate a chain reaction which will blow the whole thing up. And of course, the reasons behind that is, of course, explored in Rogue One, which is kind of a prequel to this film, which is also a really, really good Star Wars movie. So there's that. And now the entire ending sequence is this cool starship battle sequence between the rebels and the Empires, on the Death Star with the X-Wings and the Y-Wings and the TIE fighters. Luke joins with the rebels in the X-Wing. Han got his award for rescuing Leia, and he's like, I'm gonna go, man. I have dead in my hands. And they're sad about this because, Luke liked Han and stuff, thought he would stick around. So Luke gets in the X-Wing with his new buddies and his old buddies from Tatooine. Get into a cool starfighting battle in the planet of Yavin. The Battle of Yavin, that's what it is. To blow the Death Star, there's volley of lasers, there's ships flying, they're firing, there's explosions, there's like really cool sets, all done with models and like classic blue screen visual effects at the time with models, and if you look at the behind the scenes of this movie, it's crazy how they do it, and it's so amazing. And then Darth Vader decides to get his own little personal TIE fighter. Luke's there. He's like one of the few left. You almost lose R2. Because he's in there in the X-Wing, and he's about to. And then Obi-Wan kind of like use the Force, Luke, and Luke uses the Force to help destroy the Death Star. Han Solo comes back, flying in with the Millennium Falcon with him and Chewie. To save his ass, thank God, and Darth Vader spirals out of control, gets away. Luke blows up the Death Star, happy ending, and Obi-Wan says, "The Force will be with you always." So they come back. They're happy that the Death Star is destroyed. Luke, Han, and Chewie are honored. They get medals, except Chewie. Don't know why. I'll explain that in Rise of Skywalker. And then, of course, happy ending. The gang's there. Leia, R2, 3PO, Han, Chewie, Luke, and the rebels have won for now. And that's the end of the movie. So, pretty cool hero's journey arc, but it doesn't end there. And then we have not only one of the greatest original trilogies of film, greatest sagas, greatest franchises. This film was a phenomenon. It was like one of the biggest blockbusters of the 70s. Like, it grossed higher than Jaws. And studios didn't even want to make this film. Like, Lucas went to everywhere with this film. Went to Universal, no. Went to Warner Brothers, no. Went to Sony, no. Paramount, no. Everyone kept turning him down. And then 20th Century Fox, and the president at the time, I apologize for getting his name, he passed away recently, R.I.P. He's the one who greenlit Star Wars. And no one understood it except Lucas's one of his best friend film directors, Steven Spielberg, who was the only one who understood Star Wars. And so the film comes out, and Lucas is like, we'll see how it goes. And then, big surprise, it's a huge hit. It's like one of the highest grossing movies at the time. And there was no official merchandise, it was one of the first movies to have make a profit based on merchandise, not until 78, a year later, where we had shirts, we had hats, we had buttons, we had stuff like that, but with the iconic Kenner toy line and all the toothbrushes and the candies and the beds and the costumes and all this stuff, there was no internet, there was no social media, and this film, it even won Oscars. It won visual effects, it won original score for John Williams. Alec Guinness got nominated for it. It's one of the greatest movies of all time, one of my favorites. It's just so great. I mean, there's who doesn't love Star Wars? I mean, like, I don't want to hear, I'm going to show you all up saying that, like, Disney ruined Star Wars, like, it's not good anymore. I don't want to hear all that. No negativity. There is no negativity on this channel, okay? I love Star Wars for what it is, and it turned out the way it turned out today, and I love it for it. Like, Star Wars, it's just so iconic. I mean, like, when people say Star Wars, you're going to think of Luke Skywalker, you're going to think of Darth Vader, you're going to think the Millennium Falcon, you're going to think of lightsabers, you're going to think of Tatooine. Like, and you know, the trilogies expanded the story more. The prequels expanded the past of what happened with Anakin and Obi-Wan and the Jedi really greatly. You know, like, there's some pros and cons to the prequels, of course. Like, everything has pros and cons, but, you know, it turned out great. And then the sequels, you know, they did what they did. Like, I like some things about the sequels, and I dislike something about the sequels. Who doesn't? But, like, the fandom is just so toxic and stuff. Like, it's just like let it go. I mean, it's just, at the end of the day, it's just a movie, but it's an important movie because it's about legacy. It's about memories, it's about nostalgia, childhood. Like, it's like, and just seeing that this movie, like, you know, did this sort of phenomenon. Like there was not much like franchise movies or like phenomenons that happened. Like, you know, there's like certain big hits at a time. You know, back then, you know, movies like Wizard of Oz or Psycho, The Godfather, Jaws, like, they were Gone with the Wind. They were like big like box office hits. You know, everyone loved those movies. But with Star Wars, it saw something crazy new. Like, it's like the sci-fi fantasy of, like, you know, like good and evil, and keep in mind, it says a long time ago in a galaxy far away. So Star Wars takes place in its own universe in the past. It was a long time ago, and people had their really crazy theories, you know, saying that Indiana Jones existed during that time and stuff, and all these things. You know, what Lucasfilm did, what George Lucas did himself, he made something that was just so inspiring to film, and we just gotta give him credit for it and stuff. And Star Wars is great. And let's just take a moment to honor those who are not with us. Carrie Fisher, who plays Leia, R.I.P. Peter Mayhew, who plays Chewie, R.I.P. Kenny Baker, who plays R2. Alec Guinness, Peter Cushing, David Prowse. All of them passed away, sadly, and they will be missed. But they brought something that is loved to this day. Like, people, I can't wait till I have kids and turn them on to Star Wars, because I watched the shit out of the original trilogy so many times as a kid. And I just like, and when you watch it again, you get something new out of it. And it's just so great. And I don't know why Lucas re-released the films in the 20th anniversary in the late 90s with the special edition new visual effects. Like, that was just unnecessary. I mean, I get it, you want to improve some things, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we still yet to see the release of the original theatrical cuts, not like the bootlegs or the advanced Blu-ray done by professionals, or the Laserdisc copies or anything like that. Like original versions of what the audiences saw in the late 70s and early 80s. And I love Star Wars this day, and I just cannot wait to see the more, you know, with The Mandalorian, one of the greatest modern shows ever, which brought everything we love about Star Wars into its own thing. And we got more shows and movies coming out, and I can't wait to see it. We got Obi-Wan coming out. Like Star Wars is still continuing to this day. And whether you like it or not, you know, Disney is in its hands, but Star Wars will always be Star Wars no matter what. And that's why it is amazing. And yeah, and I have lightsabers. I have a vinyl album of the original score soundtrack from the 70s that got like $30 at a record store. Like, that's a pretty good deal. And I just love everything about it. And of course, I'm going to be talking about Empire, one of the great, probably the best Star Wars movie of all time. Like, A New Hope is a classic, Empire's the best, Return of the Jedi is my personal favorite. It's my personal favorite, and when I get a review on that pretty soon, I hope, I will tell you why it's my favorite and why I love it. more than Empire. I'm not saying it's better than Empire. Empire is the best. It's the GOAT. It's the top. Nothing is going to be Empire. But Jedi is my personal favorite. And I have a very soft spot for A New Hope. Like, A New Hope is the GOAT. It's the greatest of all time. The original trilogy is the greatest of all time. Up there with other trilogies like Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, The Dark Knight, Godfather, like the Man with No Name, like so many trilogies, like is up with Star Wars. Like it's one of the best, and I can't wait to see what with people are gonna do with it, and I think we're gonna get some really good things out of it. And yeah, I think that's about it. Longer video than I anticipated, but you know what? When you're me, you just love to talk about things you love, and I love to talk about movies, and that's what this channel is. I love talking about movies. I'm happy to be back. I hope you guys remember, like, comment, subscribe for more film content. Put in the comments, please, guys. I know you guys watch the videos. Please comment. Show your love and support for me. Talk about what your favorite Star Wars character, your favorite Star Wars film, your memory of those seeing Star Wars in theaters or something like that. Follow me on my Instagram. I'm very active on my Instagram. I'll be posting film composers. I'm gonna be posting a lot of film related stuff coming up. I'm gonna be busy with school and stuff, but I'll do my best to be active with the film reviews, because that's why I'm here. I gotta finish what I started. I almost, like, in May, it'll be a year since I started this channel, and there has been a lot of waits and breaks and hiatus, but I'm gonna try to keep content I'm gonna try to keep it very weekly as possible. But I'm excited to be on the stream with you guys. Hope you guys like this film review. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Letterboxd. Gotta post more film reviews on Letterboxd and stuff. And let me know what kind of movies you want me. Like, I have a list of movies that are not on my 200 that I want to do reviews on. If there's movies that you want me to see, that want me to do reviews on, I'm not keen on doing, like, movie reactions like everyone else does. Sometime in the future, I might get around to that. Do rewatches, watch movies I've never seen before. I might do that. Maybe not. We'll see. But I just want to keep doing my film reviews. Just keep it nice. Just keep it me. Just being myself. Just trying to keep the positivity flowing and why I love these movies. So I think that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Notification weekly. I'll let you know on my Instagram. Dylan Daily Rocks on Instagram. Link is in the bio. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day, great night, and always remember, may the Force be with you. Adios.